Welcome to the second annual Encore Ovation, a celebration of aging through arts. I'm Jeremy Kaplan, Executive Director of Encore Community Services. Encore gives back to thousands of seniors up and down the west side of Manhattan. Our mission is to improve the quality of life for older New Yorkers. We do that by cooking and delivering nourishing meals, providing affordable and supportive housing, and a variety of programs to help seniors feel socially connected. You'll hear all about our exciting programs, which supporters and donors like you make possible in just a little bit. I'm standing here in New World Stages, a Schubert Organization theater, just one block away from Encore's vibrant senior center, right in the heart of Manhattan's theater district. Last year, the first ever Encore Ovation benefit was held at Broadway's historic Sardi's restaurant, where we honored the legendary Tony Award-winning performer Andre DeShields, the world-renowned painter Philip Pearlstein, and Encore's very own talented volunteer creative director Sandra DePasqua. And while we have every intention of continuing that tradition at Sardi's, this year, for safety reasons, our event is virtual, and we are joining you in the safety and comfort of your own home. Many of you may be enjoying a home-cooked dinner tonight that was prepared especially for you by Encore's chef, Juan Cruz. I am proud to let you know that this year, Encore cooked and delivered almost 500,000 meals to homebound seniors and those who are sheltering in place.
In addition to meals, Encore has pivoted from our traditional in-person programming to placing wellness calls, where we check on seniors and ensure that they have their most basic needs met, from food to medication to household items and other essential items. We've placed over 5,000 calls since the start of the pandemic. We serve thousands of seniors up and down the west side of Manhattan through our vibrant community center, our residences, including Encore 49, which is one of the city's oldest supportive housing programs for seniors, and through our home delivery meal program, for which we are the lead provider for community districts 4, 5, and 7. Encore has been giving back to seniors for over 43 years. Our mission is to improve the quality of life of older New Yorkers. Because we're headquartered in Times Square, Encore has earned the reputation of being Broadway's longest act of loving care.
One of the most important ways that Encore gives back to older New Yorkers is by offering them meaningful activities and experiences. And not surprisingly, many of those connections are anchored in the arts. The arts are more important now than ever, especially for seniors who are the most vulnerable to the effects of the coronavirus.
Our Arts Through Aging program is more than just a creative outlet for our seniors. It's a path for more physical, mental, and emotional wellness. It ignites and sparks memory and imagination, lifts spirits, and creates social bonds with our seniors, especially those who are becoming more isolated and lonely because of their changing abilities as they age.
Since the pandemic began, social isolation has become an even greater issue for the aging. Vulnerable seniors are denied the company of friends and family. Despite this, throughout the pandemic, Encore has been able to connect hundreds of seniors to volunteers who provide weekly friendly calls. And many of those calls have brought the arts to lonely seniors, with activities ranging from virtual museum visits to sharing music and movies, creative writing, and even sing-alongs.
One of our long-term seniors, Cindy, credits our writing group for assisting her in recovering from a stroke.
The writing group is not just the heart of Encore, it's been a lifeline for me. Because before I started with this class, I had 2 strokes and several transient ischemic attacks, which is like mini strokes. And what happened was I was in such a deep depression. So, but I've gotten a lot better. My handwriting has become a lot better. And I'm a lot better because even my mental capacity, I am able to function better mentally. And so a lot of good things have happened. So I'm very grateful for the class, and I thank God.
Encore's writers group immediately pivoted during the pandemic to providing virtual writing opportunities so that our seniors can express their concerns, their worries, and their needs in a safe space.
Encore Ovation is a celebration of artistic expression as we age. And it is an evening to help Encore grow its art programming and fight social isolation among its members and residents.
Creative writing like this is awesome. During times like this, your imagination can run away with you, and be able to turn it into stories like this is really cool. So I encourage everyone to keep coming, even when we're back in face-to-face classes. Keep coming; it's worth it.
Aging with Arts is more than just an activities program for seniors. It's an immersion in visual, musical, performing, and literary arts programs that ignites self-expression, sparks memory and imagination, and it lifts the spirits of our seniors, especially those who are becoming more isolated because of the changing abilities as they age.
One thrilling combination, every move that he makes.
Before Encore, I was in a shelter for 14 months, and then I was brought to this beautiful place. My life changed. I began to grow again and to reestablish myself. Thanks for Encore. It's a blessing. I just thank everybody who participated, giving us donations. At Christmas time, we got gifts. Valentine's Day, we got stuff. All of these beautiful people, if it wasn't for them, I don't think this establishment would be as open as it is today. And I'm just grateful.
I must say, they have changed my life immensely. In other words, living at Encore is like living home away from home. It's like a family here. It makes me feel happy, comfortable, and make life worthwhile living.
Encore Ovation, though, is also a fundraiser. We depend on your donations to help keep our critical, life-saving work going. Now, I know times are very tough, especially for folks in the theater community, and I don't want anybody to feel pressured. But if you are in a position to donate, please know that aging seniors in New York City depend on your help. Regardless if you are able to donate, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your ongoing support of Encore and the well-being of seniors.
We hope you consider supporting this important initiative by donating to Encore at the link below.
Slow down, you're moving too fast. You gotta make the morning last. Just kicking down the cobblestones, looking for fun and feeling groovy.
I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us this evening, especially our community partners and friends who made it all possible, including our producer circle sponsors, Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS,
the John Gore Organization,
the Schubert Organization, Schubert Events, and the Actors Fund. And of course, tonight's special guest of honor, the man who was in the room where it happened when Encore was founded almost 45 years ago. This year, we are honoring an American theater legend, a man whose career spans over 6 decades. He has uplifted audiences around the nation through his entrepreneurial spirit, his creative eye, by opening the doors to some of the most acclaimed theatrical productions. This, of course, is Mr. Phil Smith, Chairman Emeritus of the Schubert Organization. I first met Phil just 2.5 years ago when he invited me to his office to welcome me to my new role at Encore. In that meeting, he told me about his very first job on Broadway at the Palace Theater when Judy Garland was there. In that meeting, he also told me about his first job at Schubert, working as a temp at the Imperial box office when Most Happy Fella was playing, and his first full-time job at Schubert at the Majestic Theater just when Music Man was coming in. These shows made an impact on Phil, as did A Chorus Line in the 70s. The 70s, which, by the way, many agree were dark times in Midtown Manhattan. It was the late 70s when one ensemble was lighting the stages of Broadway that Phil helped Encore's very own ensemble, its founders, Father George Moore of St. Malachi's Church and Sisters Elizabeth Hasselt and Lillian McNamara, to stage a pioneering production that is still running today. Phil Smith was there with Encore's founders from the very beginning. He was instrumental to convincing City Hall leaders to provide Encore its first public funding source, rallying that seniors in New York City deserved an encore to life. And it is for that reason that Encore has earned the nickname as Broadway's longest running act of loving care. Tonight, we are celebrating Phil, a man who epitomizes aging through arts.
Hi, Phil. Mr. Smith, my fellow Local 1 brother and Gold Card member, Brother Phil Smith. Just a note of congratulations on your receiving this honor, the honor of Father George Moore's Artistic Impact Award. I know of no one more deserving, nor anyone who embodies the Encore Ovation Aging Through the Arts Celebration Award than you, Phil. I have to say, for generations, and through the generations, and I can speak for my own family, my grandfather, my father, my brothers, myself, your wealth of experience and your knowledge and steady guidance and mentorship have meant the world to us, and were ever present in any setting that we were in, and for that I know we all thank you, and I thank you personally. Again, congratulations, Phil, from all of us, not only on this award, but your well-deserved retirement. May God continue to bless us all. Congratulations, Phil.
Hey everyone, I'm Tom Viola, the Executive Director of Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS, and I'm thrilled that Jeremy Kaplan invited me to be a part of the Encore Community Center's gala tonight. It is my great pleasure to recognize and celebrate one of Broadway Care's great champions, Philip Smith. Like he wasn't getting Encore started many years ago, Phil was instrumental in the creation of Broadway Cares in 1988 and joined our Board of Trustees in 1992. Without Phil's advocacy and early counsel as a leader in the Broadway community, Broadway Cares truly would not be what it is today. Phil's belief in our essential work allowed us to grow from this scrappy sort of collection of grassroots efforts to the respected fundraising and grant-making organization on Broadway today. Phil's presence and participation as a trustee has assured that untold thousands of individuals of all races, sexualities, and identities and religions have received meals, healthcare, and more right here in our Broadway neighborhood and beyond. It is his efforts that has allowed us to be a champion of Encore for years. But more than being just a champion, Phil is really a dear friend. You know, after my dad died in 2011, a package arrived on my desk at Broadway Cares. Inside was this fancy white, carefully embossed folder, and it read, A special Mass of Remembrance has been arranged by Philip J. Smith in my father's memory at Holy Cross Church on West 42nd Street. And I can't tell you how thrilled my dad would be that after years in church basements, he was going to actually be remembered in a sacristy. It is really just one example of the thoughtfulness Phil has shown both to me and countless individuals across the country that he has supported through his kindness and leadership. Truly, Broadway would not be what it is today and will come back to were it not for the legacy of Phil Smith. There is no one more deserving of this special honor. I am honored myself to count him as a friend. Thank you and congratulations, Phil.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for the honor and privilege of introducing my dear friend and this year's honoree for the Father George Moore Artistic Impact Award, Mr. Philip J. Smith. Phil, who recently retired as chairman and co-CEO of the Schubert Organization, has also been a true friend and benefactor of Encore's since its inception in 1976. During his 63-year tenure with the Schuberts, he became one of the leading pillars in the theater and extended Broadway communities. He supported all through some very dark times and also some good ones. Phil has worked with diligence, tenacity, and passion in everything he takes on. You could at times be a tough taskmaster, but you did it with golden gloves and a very large heart. You showed that without keeping an eye on the business end, we would not be able to accomplish and sustain the work we had taken on. And as you see, the work continues after all, and hopefully will flourish for many years to come. Please know that you and the rest of the Broadway community are partially responsible for this wonderful organization. And for this, we thank you. Phil, I can see Father George now holding up a glass and cheering you from heaven. Stay well and happy, my friend, and enjoy your retirement. And know we love you. God bless you.
Hello, I'm Ellen Dunn, Chair of Encore's board. Welcome to Encore Ovation. Thank you for joining us and for your support of Encore and its seniors. I'm delighted this evening to join all of you in honoring Phil Smith, a longtime friend and supporter of Encore, who was at the founding of Encore and instrumental not only in making it the organization it is today, but in continuing to support it through his work with the Broadway community and spreading the word about the need to help seniors in Encore's community. I hope you enjoy the presentation and keep Encore in your thoughts, and we would welcome any contribution you choose to make during the holiday season. Be well.
Hi, Phil. This is Pat White
and Leah Oken from the Wardrobe Union, Local 764.
And on behalf of all the wardrobe workers on Broadway, we want to wish you a wonderful retirement. Nobody deserves it more.
Hi, Phil and friends of Encore. John Fraser here at St. Malachy's, the Actors Chapel. And so happy to be a part of this tribute for you, Phil, and to say thank you. Thank you for the vision and for the many gifts that you've brought to us over the years. I thought the best place to stand was next to George Moore's portrait. You inspired him. You came forward. You were his mentor. You showed him the ways around the labyrinth of the Rialto of Broadway and helped him to learn how to reach people, how to express the needs that could be fulfilled by those who wanted to do a little bit more for the people in the wonderful theater district. And all these many years later, here we are, and we're here, and we're grateful because you would continue to inspire us, right down to the present generation. I feel like I came to the feast a little bit late, but you've promised me a lunch, and maybe now in retirement, we'll get that lunch. But in the meantime, for myself, for George, Joe Kelly, and all who've gone before us, for the community at St. Malachy's, may I ask this blessing for you. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. The sunshine warm your face. The rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again for that lunch and beyond, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Blessings for you, Phil, and congratulations.
Phil Smith is an Actors Fund Vice Chair. He has been the one we turn to for advice because his common sense and good judgment are treasured. He's responsible for creating a series of membership benefits for fund supporters, which has raised millions of dollars. Phil is, in a very real way, our backbone. In 1992, at an event honoring then Shubert president Bernard B. Jacobs, Phil sang a song to his colleague and good friend. It was a parody of the song Bill from Showboat. Instead of just plain Bill, he sang, "I'm just plain Phil, an ordinary guy." That evening, Phil surprised many with a good voice. And everyone appreciated the humor in the words because they knew that Phil was anything but ordinary. He was, in fact, a master of Broadway.
I'm just plain Phil, an ordinary guy. I came up through the ranks and now I'm one of them. I'm always in, and yes, it's been a wonderful journey. My love to you, Bernie. I guess by and large, it must be telecharge that makes me thrill. And Bernie, because he's, I don't know, because I'm just plain Phil.
Hello, Philip J. Smith. This is Andre DeShields, your friend and admirer, and I'm honored to be able to participate in this tribute to you. Now, I'm going to sing a song for you. However, the prelude is spoken, and I borrow it from Thornton Wilder's brilliant play, Our Town. And it goes like this. There are some things we all know, but we don't take them out and look at them very often. We all know that something is eternal, and it ain't houses, and it ain't names, and it ain't earth, and it ain't even the stars. Everybody knows in their bones that something is eternal. All the greatest people that ever lived have been telling us that for 5,000 years. There is something way down deep that is eternal about every human being. I see trees of the green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white. The bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, aha, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. You know, Philip, people keep asking me, what does Philip mean, what a wonderful world? What about all those wildfires all over the place? They ain't so wonderful. And what about all the division in this country? That ain't too wonderful either. But I just want you to listen to Philip's perspective for a moment. You see, Philip says, it ain't the world that's so bad, but what we are doing to it. And all Philip is saying is, if you just give it a chance, love, baby, love is the answer. If lots more people loved each other, we could solve lots more problems. And then this old world would be a gasser.
Good evening. I'm Michael Wilson, Treasurer of SDC, the National Union of Stage Directors and Choreographers. And on behalf of our Board President, Evan Yanulis, and Mark Brokaw, President of the SDC Foundation, it's my great privilege to be able to salute, congratulate, and pay tribute to a great man of the theater, tonight's honoree, Chairman Emeritus Philip J. Smith. Phil, as we know him in the theater, came along the same time SDC did. It was about the time there was a Harold Arlen musical called Jamaica, starring Lena Horne, Ricardo Montalban, directed by Bobby Lewis, choreography by Jack Cole. It was playing the Imperial. And there was another star that was the box office treasurer, and that was the young Phil Smith, who proved himself to be so passionate and devoted and brilliant with the numbers and with innovations in the theater and how to sell tickets and how to make a great night on Broadway for people all around the world, that he was soon promoted and then promoted and promoted and promoted. And of course, for the last 25 years, he's been one half of the executive leadership, first with Jerry Schoenfeld, most recently with Bob Wankel. And he has made Broadway the humming, fantastic place it is to be. And we owe such a great debt to him. But it's not just the great theater that he's made and all of the theaters that the Schubert organization has. It's the investment in the art form through the Schubert Foundation, $32 million alone in 2020. And Phil, all your contributions, your time that you volunteer with the Broadway League, the Actors Fund, Broadway Cares, Equity Fights AIDS, all the time and support that you've given to the SDC Foundation with the Mr. Abbott Award. And mostly, Phil, most of all, the way that you always have a smile on your face and a big hearty hello, and the way that you care deeply about the artist and the workers and the people that make Broadway the great community is. We salute you tonight, Phil. We love you and we thank you for your extraordinary contributions to Broadway and the American theater. Thank you.
Hi Phil, John Gore here. Greetings from Donegal in Southern Ireland. a country I know you love well. Congratulations. I want to thank you for 25 years of friendship, support, wisdom. I mean, without having you and Bob listen to my craziness, I don't know where I'd be. So thank you so much. I hear they're making you emeritus. Now, I had a very expensive Latin education, and I would have said emeritissimo, actually. Anyway, I'll see you in Barbetta after the virus. Take care. Good night.
Phil, congratulations on receiving the Father Moore Artistic Impact Award. You have made invaluable contributions to Encore for almost 43 years, and I know what a good friend you were to Father Moore. I also want to salute your 63 years at the Schubert Organization. Your wisdom from years of experience have influenced every aspect of the professional theater. And far beyond your business expertise, you are one of the most loved and respected individuals the industry has ever known. You've made invaluable contributions to the Schubert Foundation, the Broadway League, Broadway Cares, TDF, and especially the Actors Fund. It's a legacy to be very proud of and a great credit to the spirit of the Schubert Organization. You have won every award that exists, and you deserve them all and more. I personally want to thank you for the tremendous support you have given me over the years. Your incredible depth of knowledge will always be an invaluable resource. I speak for everyone at the Schubert Organization when I salute you as a giant of the American theater and a most beloved member of the Schubert family. Congratulations again, Phil.
Phil, congratulations on this special recognition by Encore Community Services. And thank you for your constant support of Encore's important work. The help you provided to Sister Elizabeth and to Sister Lillian, your friendship with Father George Moore, and the great Father Joe Kelly, all helped Encore Community Services stabilize itself and continue to expand its services to the most vulnerable in the theater district. Thank you, Phil. And thank you for helping the Good Sisters recruit new dynamic leadership. To Jeremy Kaplan, I, on behalf of the Actors Fund, pledge our continued partnership with your important work. You know, Phil, over 32 years, I have turned to you over and over and over and over again for help and good counsel. You have never failed the Actors Fund, and I know you have helped Encore Community Services. Also, over 32 years, I've had the joy of listening to your great stories. You are a great storyteller, and although you haven't written a book, I hope you do write a book, or maybe they'll make a movie or stage a play about your life. But Phil, you remind me of another great supporter of the Actors Fund, Mark Twain, who in 1907 led a fundraising campaign for the Actors Fund. Why? Because he felt that storytellers and the people who cause stories to be told needed an Actors Fund to get them through the tough times in the arts community. So Phil, thank you for your constant leadership of the Actors Fund, your support and leadership for Encore Community Services, and thank you for being a very good friend. I love you, Phil.
Last year, I got to cut the ribbon on the $34 million expansion of the Actors Fund senior residence in Englewood, New Jersey. Brian Stokes Mitchell and I walked down the Phil Smith Walk of Fame, picked up those scissors and cut that wide red ribbon right next to the Schubert Pavilion to celebrate completion of an expansion and renovation you made possible. That beautiful home on the very west side of Broadway, just over the George Washington Bridge, would not thrive and would probably not exist were it not for you. The same can be said for St. Malachy's, the Actors Chapel, and Encore Community Services, which is such a great partner with the fund. Together, we look after so many theatrical professionals who have long made the west side of Manhattan home. Phil, so many of us have leaned on you for support, and we thank you. How fitting it is for you to be honored by Encore, Broadway's longest running act of kindness. Congratulations.
Encore Community Services is thrilled to present this year's Father George Moore Artistic Impact Award to Mr. Philip J. Smith for a career that has been dedicated to the theatrical arts and for an exemplary life that has been lived aging through art.
Good evening. One of the joys of my long career has been my ongoing relationship with Encore Community Services. It's been a pleasure from day one when I worked alongside the late, great Father George Moore helping to found the organization. I'd like to acknowledge the enormous contributions to Encore made by Sister Elizabeth and Sister Lillian, who led the organization for many years. Today, under the inspired leadership of Executive Director Jeremy Kaplan, it's very gratifying to see Encore still growing and serving the senior community in so many important ways. I know that Encore is strong and will continue to serve our seniors for many years to come. I'd like to express my appreciation to everyone involved in making this evening so special for me. It's an honor I'll always remember. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart.
Good evening. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, staff, and the over 5,000 aging New Yorkers Encore gives back to each year, thank you for joining us. We'd like to thank our producer-level sponsors, Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS, the John Gore Organization, and the Schubert Organization, with an extra special thank you to Mr. Bob Wankel and our beloved and illustrious honoree, Mr. Philip J. Smith. As you can see, I'm surrounded by some senior artwork this evening. Creating art has kept seniors connected and has really helped them to get through the last 8 months. We realize that times are extremely difficult for everyone right now, but if you have the means, we encourage you and hope that you will make a donation to help keep seniors creating and connected. With your support, we can give seniors an encore to life. On another note, we know that Broadway houses are dark tonight, but we want to thank all of the Broadway lights who have come out in full force and have helped Encore to shine during these difficult times. Stagehands from Local 1, members of Equity, Local 802, Local 764, Local 798, you have been there. You have helped deliver meals, you have made phone calls, and you have helped to keep our seniors connected, and we thank you from the bottom of our heart. Broadway is the heart of New York, and no one has more heart or soul than the Broadway and the arts communities. We look forward to the days that your lights will burn bright again, and your words and song will fill the air of Times Square. We, along with the rest of the world, look forward to basking in your magical and wonderful glow. Thank you, and have a great night.